means I was allotted to you and you explained me those parts. So I have that confidence even now that even if I may not be having that tool at in future at means going ahead, but I know what has been done, how the
Correct.
solution has been approached. So same way means that this is like a skill from HR side. This is a skill from people management things. See, with my experience with the next job has actually been means a good one. Although I haven't secured a job with next job as of
Mhm.
now, but like it has helped me in a sense that it has formulated and guided me a way. Earlier it was quite unstructured in that sense that we were just applying it on Naukri, and to be very frank, I didn't receive one or two, means I received calls from Naukri, just one or two. Those were very low paying jobs and all. Furthermore, the second round, the third round of discussion didn't go well. The Accenture was the one solution that it got from me. I had quite a good discussion round with the HR there, so somehow I could manage a decent score. I have checked the pay package there as well, so it is good enough. I'll try to make it better there. But yeah, coming to next job side, I mean, it has given me a structure there that earlier you have to define a niche clarity, you have to identify SWOT analysis, you have to prepare car statements, and then in that case you have to utilize those niche car and the industry experience altogether in different formulation to create your resumes there, and then utilize those same points in your discussions in your interview calls when you have it with the interviewer. It has also opened up doors. Earlier I was I was hesitant in enough to actually contact someone and ask for some referral. Now I'm feeling a little more confident on that side, that I've seen interns doing it the same way. I've seen their pattern, that they try to approach one or the other guy for a specific role. How do they formulate the text there? How should we approach? Means I've gone through those recordings and even the documents that you mentioned last time. So all those interview documents, may basic questions, how to go on with the conversation, how to do inbound search, outbound job search, how to utilize LinkedIn filters and other things to actually create or set up filters. I had created LinkedIn alerts earlier, but like those were not refined, so the results were quite big in that set. Now I know that how can I get it to 20 or 30 records within just 7 days, with the 7 days period. So that makes my sample space quite less, search space quite less. So I can easily identify that which one should I perform, means aim for, and seek a referral there. The job board was also quite useful in that case that we have to we had a proper understanding what all jobs have we applied there. Means how, what is the ATS score if it comes up with a certain job description, what all things do you need to implement, improve on that. So those were quite learning path for me, that I find like I'll utilize it going ahead. I'll utilize this approach for job search going ahead, is my learning. So, see, networking has always been my weak point. I felt so. Even at job as well, I find like I may be knowing the answer. I can means there are certain times that you actually means you know the things, but like someone who speaks a lot sometimes get the limelight in that case. That yeah means even though your work does go unnoticed there, means sometimes you do the job, you do the hard work, but like someone just comes in at the last time and means and speaks out the things there. So you miss out. Manager always have that expectation that yeah, this is that guy who has done that and all. So I was hesitant in that sense, but like in see, but I soon realized that see, if I have to grow, I have to get over it, because the thing is like you cannot if you do not have the skill to sell yourself, if you do not have the skill to enhance or your sales perspective. In that case, at a point it would come that you may have to sell your product, you may have to sell your company's objective initiatives in that sense. And in that case, it's not like you can just go on with one round of discussions and the things may go on on your side. So there have been maybe certain rounds of negotiation, bargaining, and all those things. So in that case, in order to have those conversation, that should be there in. And first thing would be to network people. If you haven't networked with people, ultimately, I mean, the example that I've gave for PwC is actually very good friend of mine. So we have been there in few previous companies, and we have been roaming a lot together. So that's how I networked. He was from a different team, but somehow the path was in the sense that we both collided towards the data science side. So he has got better. So just because of his skills to actually communicate with the people differently. He has been by my mentor. It's no sort of competition there, but I do like to learn it from him. Even my brother is also in Deloitte, so I seek the referral from him as well. Even he is good at this selling perspective from this thing, and networking people. So getting to know people, starting a conversation, making it productive, and then later on pitching your point that yeah, means I want this, what is in it for me. So that's where you put in that I am actually expecting something, some of help from yours. And so these things should be there. You cannot deny it, you can stay away from that. For me, the car was the most important one, because found out the way, because that's the way you actually present yourself in that case. And also going through those job interviews documents that you asked me to refer. So they are also like the techniques like SCQA, pyramid structure that usually is being utilized. So means see, these are some of the techniques that I've learned while preparing presentations. So Bain, McKinsey, and other things that these companies are actually good at consulting side of the things, and the way, the approach that they utilize actually utilizes SCQ and pyramid structure quite efficiently in that case, to project their ideas in a very efficient manner. Also, while their objective would still be means to gain the attraction of the audience as quick as possible and allow them to be stay connected throughout the journey, while they explain the solutions or while they explain the recommendation. So that sort of pull factor is what like I felt like I learned it. So for Accenture, I actually didn't do much effort there. Actually, there has been means I received just one call from Accenture side, from Naukri, I remember. But did not see any activity on the Naukri side. It was by chance or something that it came up there. And it went on well. Means I was personally very disturbed, and that was the reason. Even means I feel like I haven't given, means I have tried well enough with next job here, but like still I could have done better if maybe the circumstance could be a little better from my end. But like for Accenture side, it was like it went on just somehow that things went well. uh, the interview means I had the knowledge. I was knowing that I am good at technical side. I was confident on that thing. I had worked on some of the questions, initial questions on the architect design side. So it had 3 rounds. One was pure technical by a senior manager, second was a director level role, and third was an HR. So the first round means technical was clear. I confident. I just second as well, like means he was trying to get into details. So I just means at that moment, what I try is like I lose the means cut down the expectation of the outcome and just focus there. Look what I can give the best answer. I focus there. So I try to break down problems into small sub questions and then try to approach each of them one by one. That approach, I guess the senior manager did like that part. He appreciated that. at the end. And similarly to that, at the in on the HR side, that lady was actually asking more of a behavior round question: how do you manage the teams and all. So that's also like I like to lead by example, and that's where I also feel like it should not be the way. There should be a proper mix that you should actually stand by your manager as well and work for your team as well. So both ways you should focus on that. So I mean, I just try to answer that in that perspective. So HR was also convinced to certain nouns, and yeah, that's all. For now they have given a high percentage of like around 28% there, but they have given a good amount of variable side component. I have checked it on levels.fyi as well. My salary package that they are offering is actually more than 80%, means above 80 percentile of the managers at that designation. So that is also giving me a confidence there. Per year LPA would be around like 2.8 per month, I mean. So, and also the means while this was going on, I was even getting an idea, means learning about how to create win situations there. So I tried to just add a little bit of flavor there, that I did the initial studies as well, that you are looking for some candidates in these areas. Means I'm looking for something similar on this side. I see that the revenue, means they mostly ask like, why are you taking Accenture as an opportunity. So I have compared the initial insights, the balance, the financial statements, and the news articles that have been published in the same domain for Accenture and other companies as well, like the other target companies that I had, like Fractal. Also, yeah, just to notice, make you let you know, like I have Fractal, eBay, and Deloitte. That's also like in pipeline for this one. So,
Wow.
so I am looking forward to it. The search is not yet over. So you have mostly been with me for since inception. I held Pranav's hands for a while. So Pranav was there with the onboarding onto the Omega side. It made things easier. Most of the automation side, that means manual effort that was done earlier, was automated with that Omega. So that I like that part. Means, but still having the part of initially getting to learn that process from you was actually much more beneficial, I would say, because actually what that tool is doing behind, you did not get to know if you are just using that tool. But me being me means I was allotted to you and you explained me those parts, so I have that confidence even now, that even if I may not be having that tool at in future means going ahead, but I know what has been done, how the
Correct.
solution has been approached. So same way, means that this is like a skill from HR side, this is still skill from people management things.